The cards speak. Justice listens. Welcome to the unseen. Truth doesn't hide forever, not from the eyes that see. Spirits stir, clues awaken. Let the seeing begin. Behind every crime, a shadow speaks. I'm Lady Zelda. Welcome to Seeing Crime. The cards speak. Justice listens. Welcome to the unseen. Okay, there we go. Welcome, everyone, and welcome as things loop when they're not supposed to. Welcome, welcome, my darlings. This is an impromptu live, and I'm going to tell you why. And thank you so much for all of you being here on such short notice. I'm going to tell you what happened last night, my darlings. But first of all, I want to welcome you to my Seeing Crime Tarot Investigation Lab. As you look around, you may see some things that look familiar, maybe some things that don't look familiar, maybe some things, well, there's some little Easter eggs in there, but welcome to each and every one of you. I also want to welcome True Oracle, Fate, and Fortune. So thank you so much for being here. On such short notice, do please give me a like, subscribe if you will, because I think you're going to really be interested in this today. This is not the typical live that I usually do. And the reason being is because last night, and I kind of felt this was coming. So last night, the energy was churning up. And I'm going to tell you, I hardly got a wink of sleep. And so did my son. What we heard was knocking, banging, like banging on the door, nobody is there, banging on the walls, and stomping. So I know it is our friend, Officer John. And I know he's got a lot to say because there have been statements flying around. There's pictures flying around. There's just some unsettling things. And last night as I was up checking around, because the first thing, what do you think of first? Somebody has broken in the house. So my son is up, I'm up. We're thinking, oh my gosh, what's going on? We're checking outside. I'm looking out windows. Nobody. Peaceful existence. Nobody. But the muck and the mire and the mayhem were in here. And as I went in, I was hearing noises all over the place. I went into the hall bathroom and all the towels had been pulled down off of the hooks in the bathroom. I had a towel hanging over the shower. The towels hanging from the bars, all of them were down. So that tells me that somebody, and maybe even someone, is trying to get my attention because of this person and this person. You see this card right here? This has come out because it is a worldwide case. It's not going to stop for a while. I think everybody was concerned and thinking, gee, what are we going to do now? Oh my goodness. What won't we do? What won't we do? Now, I'm also going to tell you this. I heard one audible voice last night. It was in the kitchen. It was a man's voice, and it said, word. Now, I did not know what that meant, and I kept asking, because y'all know me. I'm walking around, pendulum, walking around with an EVP, walking around saying, okay, let's calm down. let's say, what does word mean? When I finally went to bed and I said, look, you've got to let me rest. We'll figure out what's going on. When I got up this morning, I checked the Twitter universe, the Twitter box, that spirit box over there, and it was about, I'm sure, Hank Brennan's statement and how disturbing it really is. I'm not sure. I haven't heard any lawyers because I've been busy trying to catch up with some things today, but I've not heard any lawyers. But I'm wondering, how just ethical is that to say that, in paraphrasing, that the jury pretty much got it wrong and that the FBI closed the case, and since they did, he just wanted to double down on Karen. I'm going to tell you there's something up. Now, the other thing that I've seen today is journalists going to Meatball Morrissey, DA Morrissey's house, knocking on the door. Question: are they going to get witness intimidation charges like Turtle Boy did? Because Turtle Boy, say what you will, he's a journalist. He did the same thing, and he got in trouble for it. So there's some things that are happening here. Did you hear the Alberts and the McCabe's, and especially Brian Albert, say, well, we don't have any protection? Bull. Now they're going after this juror. Now they don't like these jurors. You know what? The jury has spoken. We have a constitutional right to have a jury of our peers. Now they don't like the way they look. They don't like the way they act. And now they're bringing up even past about families. I don't know about you, but I've had some family members that you wouldn't want what they've done on the front news of this Sunday paper. But something is brewing. Something is coming. And you know, the two people that are silent in this, my darlings, Brian Higgins and Karen. And rightfully so for Karen. I'm so glad for Karen, rightfully so, because she really needs to be cautious and careful now. Why? Defamation. They will file defamation suits against, just seriously. So she's under still her lawyer advice. And I agree with that. I agree with that. Now, I want you to know, and I did forget to put up this banner, and I am going to put up a new banner here since this is different. These are my opinions. Opinions only. I'm not a lawyer, law, or medical. And I'm going to put on here, entertainment purposes only. You all know. There we go. So I'm going to add that banner down here to the bottom because you just never know. So anyway, my darlings, it's very telling that Higgy has not said anything. Probably the smartest of this group is probably, I'm going to say most likely, he has lawyer advice. Everybody's kind of pointing the finger. And if things start heating up a little bit, well, they'll really start pointing the finger at Higgy. You see, that's the whole idea of this these statements from these people is not because they are so innocent, maybe, but in my opinion, maybe because they're not so innocent, it's because they're trying to convince you and me that they are so innocent. They're not going to let this go. I've said this before and I hate this, but I'm going to say it. Shut up. Shut up. Because the more they do this, the more they draw attention to themselves. And from our perspective, please keep making statements. I don't know if you've seen the eye movements to Jennifer McCabe when she keeps regurgitating the 227 search, which if you are watching, Jen, we, in our opinions, it was proven forensically that you made that. You're more than welcome to say, unless you want to blame the man that's beside you that you refer to as your husband. How about the 5:07 a.m. call? How about the 911 call when you hear her whispering, or on Karen's phone in the back seat, you hear Jen whispering, go. They knew. They knew. This is getting very serious because for these lawyers, really, I don't think have left town yet. I mean, they're probably going to see their families and everything else, but officially they'll be back in July. And watch the perpetual start hitting the fan. And I'm here for it. I know you are too. One thing that I want to say to you is because I have been meditating on things as to what direction that we want to go in, what we should do. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to sit back and allow this to come because, there are some things that are coming up that we need to pay attention to. And just so you know, they have moved Matthew Farwell's hearing again from July to August 11th. Something's brewing. Something's brewing. I'm going to also say this, and I hope I say it correctly, but where Mark Betterow hoes the row, we will go. Let me say that again. Where attorney Mark Betterow hoes the row, hoe as in HOES, as a garden hoe, where he hoes the row, we will go. Because there seems to be a huge interest in Sandra Birchmore's documents all of a sudden. And attorney Mark Betterow and lawyer are really looking into this. Something's brewing, my friends, and we are here for it. We're here for it. So this is very serious. I'm not going to be joking around a lot. Hello. And I'm seeing your chats, but here's what I've done. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be running a camera on an EVP app. And I'm also going to be running the camera on my table for cards. I'm going to keep a camera on me, and I have made a list of all the questions that I want to ask John. Those will be the only ones because I know all of you have a lot of questions. And we will start taking questions, but at another time. These are the questions based on the events since the 17th of June. And just so you know, here's a little bit of tea for you. Astrologically speaking, we are at the number 9. Number 9 in the tarot is an end of things, and it goes into the number 10. She got her verdict on the 18th, which was 1 and 8. It was 36 days of being affiliated with that court. 3 plus 6 is 9. So there is a huge reference here to the number 9, and we're going to recognize that. And we'll probably do a little bit of something on that as well. My darlings, before I forget, I also want you to know that tonight at 7 p.m. on the True Oracle side, we will be having Manifestation Monday. We need it. But I think this is something that you really want to participate in and at least view, because this is something that I think you're really going to take an interest in. So, without further ado, I have my questions. I have cards. I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to be working the cards. And I have the EVP apps. So, my darlings, let's get started. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm bringing this to the stage. Now, I am keeping this EVP quiet because, as you know, we get a lot of crazy stuff happening. I mean, there's a lot. Oops, I fibbed. There's a word about to come through. Now we're doing EVPs with this, and I'm just going to let this run in the background because I think John has a lot to say. All right. Now, my darlings, I'm adding to the stage my card cam. So what I'm going to do is this. Now hold on. See, there's not, maybe, I don't think there's one that is really that equal. Maybe that one is. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get today. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit so you can't see me sitting in bare feet underneath the table. Life. Now, this is what I'm going to do, my darlings. I have 3 sets of cards. I have pre-shuffled. And we're just going to lay them out. First deck is the House of Zelda. Second deck is the Cartomancy, because you know it tells me a lot. And then the third deck, look, Betty. Who's Betty? So we'll keep track of the words. This is keeping track of the words. And there we go. All right. So the first question is, now this is a small tarot deck because, as you see, don't have much room for that kind of thing. So there we go. In all seriousness, we have asked and invited Officer John O'Keefe's energy to be here with us, and only us. No one else is allowed in. We have commanded every other entity away. We are safe. We are grounded. Pardon me. And we're getting ready. So the first question for John's energy. And John is welcome to say whatever he would like on the EVP. I will ask the chat to be as mindful as possible about specific words. And and the mods are watching. So YouTube has been stepping in and timing people out a little bit. It's algorithm. I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it, but we're here. So thank you so much. And if you've just joined us, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Love to have you here. We have 4 people here so far. Welcome to each and every one of you, and especially to you that are just watching for the first time. We have 37 on Fate and Fortune with True Oracle, and we are blessed to have you both places. So here we go, my darlings. All right. Lucas is in the chat. Now, I don't want you to worry about any of you. There's no entity that's going to spill over onto you, into what you're doing. There's no lower astral. There's no lower demons. There's no nothing. So we're going to get started. Okay? All is well. If you're not sure, touch some wood. That will help ground you. So the first question that I have, because I'm going to bring in a card from each deck, the first question that I have is this. And I'm going to preface each question that I have with John for, John, what do you think about? So, John, energy, what do you think about the verdict for Karen? What do you think about the verdict for Karen? First card. Answer the call. First card. So what does that mean, answer the call, John? What does that mean? Champion. Community behind her. In fact, let's do this. I would like to have, do we need to, let me know, do we need to make these cards a little bigger so you all can see? Or do we need to make the EVP? I mean, from my perspective, whatever you want, I want you to be able to see them. But I'll let you know, this is the Six of Wands, a very fiery element. So John's energy, I think, let's make the cards a little bigger. Let's make the cards a little bigger. I'll tell you what comes on the EVP. There's not really going to be a layout per se. So there we are. So I can keep twirling them around. I want everybody to be happy, okay? So here we are. We ask about how he feels about he's late. Okay. I don't know if there's a way to make both of these screens. I guess I could take myself off, but I don't want to really do that either. Okay, we'll leave it this way. He's saying late. It was late. The call was late. Answer the call. There is a card here that designates winning, support from the community. What is this card? The Two of Hearts. Partnership, being together. So there was a partnership there that he's saying. It's not a love partnership. So it was, I think what he's saying is because of the partnership that she had with community, with all these other people, everyone stepped up to the challenge. We'll put that card back in there. Everyone stepped up to the challenge. Everyone stepped up. Putting it back in there. Very good. I like that. Okay. Next question. What do you think about the statements from the DA Morrissey and from the ADA Special Prosecutor Hank Brennan? What do you think of those? They overlooked the evidence. I don't think they paid attention to the evidence. Let's see. So they overlooked his depth. So overlooked his death. It wasn't about them. Or it wasn't about John. It was about them. Wanting, look at this, several. Okay, so he's saying several. Wanting a happy ending for themselves. Wanting an excuse. Seriously, I'm going to say what my perception of the reality for Hank is. Not only is he a sore loser, but the fact of the matter, I think that he's made some promises that he can't keep. And he's on the hook. And I think the same thing with Morrissey. I think, he said 4 words. The jury has spoken. Mr. DA, Morrissey, you need to keep your ADA, your General Hank Brennan, into control. Because I'm going to tell you something. You're ticking off this energy. You're ticking off the energy. What about the statements from the Alberts? Yeah. What about the statements from the Alberts and let me get this through here. What about the statements from the Alberts and the McCabe's? What about the statements from the Alberts and the McCabe's? It's time to look closer. Time to look closer into those statements. Why were they saying what they were saying? Why were they doing what they were doing? Time to look closer. And Dr. William Reed, that's Karen's father, Mr. Reed, has talked about that name that is on the EVP right there. That is a card that signifies a house. That is a card that signifies the house. I think I need to get one more deck. No. Why are you saying no? What are you saying? What are you saying no for? What does no mean? It says no. It says no. So the cards here, it's time to look closer. Time to look closer where? In the house? I'm going to use our friend the Kipper deck as well. Time to look closer in the house. And there is some concern. That to me is Morrissey. Trace. Okay. So there's some trace, I believe there's some trace evidence that is still lingering in the house. And this 9 of diamonds tells the story. There will be new interest. There's going to be some new interest in this. But I also believe they better be careful if they open up another investigation, because Karen may be brought into that as well. I think they missed some evidence. And at this point, how can you, I believe the sale of 34 Fairview happened so quickly, they thought they got it all. Imagine, hypothetically now, I'm just going to be hypothetic. Imagine committing a crime in a house, having a knee-jerk reaction, being scared, because you think, oh my heck. Would you not sleep at night thinking, oh God, fatigue, tired. Yes, tired. Need, okay? Imagine thinking, oh heck, what did I do? Maybe I should have gotten back in that house, because there's no way that these people are going to get back in the house. This new owner will not let him. I'm going to tell you, I believe the new owner is pro Karen Reed. They are ticked off at the way things, and that was not disclosed. I want you to see this energy that's going on. Look at this. That's the frequency. I'm going to leave that up there. I believe that John's energy is still there at the house. No, nothing's going to happen to that house at 34 Fairview. Because at this point, trial, my friends, look. Fatigue over the trial, fatigue over what has happened, fatigue, need the trial. They needed the trial so evidence could come out. I'm listening. Look at this card that comes out again, and I just shuffled. Overlooked evidence. So he's upset. And I know many of you have seen the pictures of the garage. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Happy home, happy time, celebration. And he's talking about the trial. So the end of the trial, of course, there's a reason to celebrate. But I'm going to tell you, if any of these people experienced what I experienced and my son experienced in this home last night, they would be scared. Card just flew out. Fake person. Is there a fake person in the camp of the McAlberts? I think I can answer independent thoughts. Garage picks are sinister. Why not just paint over it? Because those are something. I just heard a growl. because that is something that you just can't paint over, because sometimes it'll come, unless you, it it will still be there. So even if you scraped up the paint, if you look on the underside, it will still be there. So yes, there we go. There's more news coming. Emotional news. News of something happening. News of more to come. This is the Page of Cups. News. More news is coming. You see, those pictures that we've been seeing now floating around, that Turtle Boy Aiden and Richie Microdots have been showing, that our pictures in the garage were pictures that they wanted to show Auntie Beverly Canoni, the judge. And she said, absolutely not, no way. So she would not allow them. So, question now. John's energy, will the truth of what really happened come out? Will the truth of what really happened come out? In a very wealthy and abundant way. You see, the more they get onto this, the more they keep going. He is not stuck. Okay? So we have to, this is energy. He himself, his soul, his spirit is not stuck. We're not going to open up that conversation, please, in the chat. He is not stuck. I promise. I've been doing this for over 50 years. I know when a soul is stuck and when I'm dealing with energy. Thank you so much. Smooth is the next word. And I just heard that song, Smooth Operator, in my head. Smooth operator, smooth, afraid of you. Who is afraid? Do you mean afraid of me? Who is afraid? So I was asking who, if the truth will come out. List. Afraid of you, list. And this card comes out, wealth and abundance. So I think there's a lot that's going to come out. Afraid of you and a list. A mature woman. That is not Karen. So it's going to be coming out. I don't believe there's 20 to 30 people involved. And that was what Brian Albert said. It would take 20 to 30 people. No, it doesn't. You do not have to clue somebody in that you're lying. You just have to lie to them. Because people will repeat what it is that they heard or what they were told. They don't have to say, okay, I'm getting ready to lie to you and now I want you to repeat it. They'll just tell them the story that they want to know. And then to them, it becomes truth. Karen is safe. She's fine. She's okay. List. What list? What is it that you want us to know, John? What is it? What is it that you want us to know? You have to see this one. Missing information, the key to unlock information. So there's a pretty, okay. So missing information, okay, there's a word getting ready to come out. Missing information, the key to unlock information, but dials. Okay. But there's only one reason for a but. And it doesn't mean on the other hand. It is but as in phone dials. So are we getting closer to the information that we need? What do you think? And someone just asked me to put up Thomas. All right. I don't know who Thomas is. Thank you very much for asking me for that. You're not obligated at all. But it does pay for the Dairy Queen cotton candy stuff, Blizzards, hello, which I'd better stop or I'm going to have to be paying for a gym membership. Thank you. Camera. Okay. So, but camera Thomas. But Thomas camera, there is missing information. Let's draw another card. Camera. Someone named Thomas and someone named camera. Or someone named Thomas and something about, could it be the Ring camera? Is it Ring footage? Ring footage is the first thing that I thought of. That card just kind of jumped out at me. Tom Beatty? No, I think that it's unexpected news. And you know there is camera footage missing. There's camera footage missing from One Meadows Ave, camera footage missing from the library, camera footage missing from even the Canton Police Department when Higgy went in and went upstairs. I mean, hello, how many of us have watched the movie The Terminator? And no matter where you go, I don't know why that came into my mind, but no matter where you went in the police department, you could see who's coming and where. What happened to that footage? Tom Kelleher, Tom across the street. Tom Kelleher, thank you so much. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Natalie. Across the street, they said there was nothing common. Do you mean the Commonwealth? Believe me, they are the uncommon wealth, if you ask me. The mystery. How I love you, John. How I love you, John. Mystery. Yeah, it remains a mystery, doesn't it? Another card flew out. My darlings, check this. Justice is coming. Let me see if I can get it on there correctly. Justice is coming. The mystery will unfold. Another word's getting ready to come out. Justice is coming. Look at that just flew out. Don't know if you heard this. Look at this card. House. What's the mystery? The whole thing remains a mystery. I mean, it exists. Okay, so camera exists. So we have a but. Please, there's some buts I don't want to see. We have but. We have camera. We have Thomas. We have house. John, you would know this. Thank you, D1111. I'm reading your comments. I want you to know that. And I love you guys. I'm not putting the comments up here because it just layers and it makes it a mess looking. But thank you. I know you all like this layout. I know you like it. Missing camera footage exists. Nina79, I agree with you. All of Karen's supporters want jury for you, John. Yes. We want justice. That's what Mary means. We all want. There's two phases of this, my darlings. And everyone in here and everyone watching, yes, the house has been sold and had been sold for quite some time. Everyone here, I believe that we have a common goal. That was number one, because we knew that Karen was the number one advocate for John. Can someone clip this? Someone clip this. I'm going to try to clip this. Give me a second. I'm going to try to clip it before it goes away. I'm just going to leave that there for a minute. Aiden. Justice for John. He's the one who has led this. You know, hey, look, we all know, right? We all know. But he is the journalist that broke this story. If it weren't for Aiden, I would not know about this story because it was kind of hidden and came under wraps a little bit. Thank you, Patty. Thank you. I got it. I was able to clip it. I have something really cool. I use a browser that is called Opera, of all things. And all it has is a little button, and all I need to do is push it, and it will take a screenshot. So this has to be John. This is John. Therese, bless you. I love you. Thank you so much. She's writing it down. Tune. So we tune it. We keep tuned. Or are you tuning in to Aiden? Keep tuned to Aiden. Keep tuned. He deserves a big prize, a Pulitzer Prize. And I got to say this, LTL Media Class Act. Aiden got over 100 subscribers, and this particular platform did a double clutch on giving him his plaque. And LTL Media, I'm pretty sure it was him, gave Aiden a plaque for 100,000 subscribers. He deserves it. Yeah, there's times. Dinner. Now, I'm going to tell you this. When I grew up, I'm from a European family. Dinner is lunch. Supper or tea is your evening meal. So what are you talking about? Probably supper. Probably the evening meal. Are you talking about the dinner that he had with Karen and the attorneys? So it kind of looks like you're thinking and going silent. He is a journalist. He's not a blogger. I could never have done what he did. And I got to tell you something. You talk about bravery. On the 18th, when Karen, I'm going to talk a little bit like this so we can see. On the 18th, before they went to dinner, he spoke to most all news, mainstream media outlets. And you know what he said? I believe these particular people did it. I believe these particular, I believe that they did this crime. Now, let's not say in here. They're not going to give Aiden all of that. I don't read cards for Aiden or some of those because, sometimes they have certain opinions, and I respect that. They're allowed to have an opinion. I respect it. But daggone. This guy, he's been jailed, he's been harassed, and he really didn't do anything. I saw that, aka Cat Lady, where somebody called him, it was a mainstream media reporter, said something about a blogger, and Aiden corrected him and said, I'm a journalist. And the guy said, oh, I'm sorry, journalist. They have to respect him. They have to, he's licensed as a journalist. But hello? How brave is that? To be able to call them out worldwide. Listen, I have clients on the flip side of what I do that have called me and said, oh my gosh, I just heard about this case on the mainstream media. This is the one that you were all talking about, isn't it? Well, I heard this and this and this. Wow. Yeah. Hello. All right. So let's continue, because I could be here with you all day, but I got stuff I got to do. But if it weren't for him, right. Okay. Sometimes he barks a little bit. Okay. And I get it. But dang. When he said Lolly went home to his wife and made a cheese sandwich, I literally, if you guys would have been here, you would have been laughing at me, because I was howling over that. Because I could just see Lolly. Dun, 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 dun. Honey, do you have my cheese sandwich? Yes, Indigo Forever, my darling, thank you for being here. I did say that 18th would be significant, and that was her verdict day. But wasn't Turtle Boy, most of us wouldn't be here watching it. Amen to that. If it weren't for Aiden, I would have never heard for this. I would have never. I may have then heard about it. So let's see. Let's keep going, my darlings. So you're telling us what you want to know, John. Do you have... Today is supposed to be significant in some way. Could be Hank Brennan's thing came out. I don't know what it is. Hippie Chick, was the 18th your birthday? Oh, wait. Stop the presses. Nervous. Are you nervous, or was that Karen being nervous? Time out, John. Hippie Chick is our girl. She was boots on the ground. She has a YouTube. You can go over there and check out. She went to 34 Fairview. We need to show that. Here we go, everybody. We cannot forget our darling hippie chick. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear hippie chick, my darling. Happy birthday to you. And many more. There you go. Bravo, bravo. Bless you on your new year. A fresh new year to start over the way you want. Bless you. Look at this. Back. Nervous. Are you nervous? Are you nervous they're going to go back? Because they can't retry Karen. But they might be able to pull her in another way. Thank you, Anne. I think they may be able to pull. Karen's got to be careful, and I think that's why she's not saying anything. Because I'm going to tell you something. Ready? Actions speak louder than words. Are you hearing this, McAlberts? Are you hearing this, Brenning? Mr. Ham Sandwich. Hello, everyone coming in. Hello, hello, my darling. Please do me a favor. Like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We've got a full house right now. I love it that you're watching. Please consider subscribing. We have a wonderful, the people in here, this is a safe place. You won't be harassed. You won't be called out. Everybody behaves. Everybody is happy camper, right? So, my goodness, please feel free to come and join us, because for you members only of this beautiful channel that you have created, we're going to be doing some very fun things in the very near future. All right, back. Lily Rose, that's that's adorable. I love that. John's energy. Is your case, how do I want to say this? Is your case directly decomposing? What is? See, I keep thinking that there's something else. Would that stain in the garage be decomposing? I don't think so. That stuff can live on for decades, hundreds of years, centuries. Is your case connected to another case of someone that we know and love? That could it be that we know that we don't know enough? Let's see. He did give us that word on Saturday. He sure did. Bev cannot take over the civil case. She's in another district now. She cannot be assigned. She cannot. We don't have to worry about Bev. Will not get that. There is a big possibility that paint stain was used to cover up something. If you were buying a house and you saw that, would you not have a question? Maybe they did. Maybe that's why they took those pictures. It's not the dog. So who else, what else? I'm going to move you over here, John. Who else, what else is connected? Who else? What else is connected? Travel. Not around. Guarantee. Travel. Did Hank give a guarantee that he would win this case? Travel. This card comes out a lot. I think the feds have already been there. A message of concern. So, whomever is thinking about traveling has already received a message that they need to be concerned about. Could be somebody that wants to leave. Let's be careful of what we put in the chat, please. Can't put that name in the chat. Cling. So is it Klingon? Klingon. It's getting ready to storm here. I just heard the thundering again. Hello, look at this. I'm going to explain this to you. Four of Swords. This is a card. If you look up here in this corner, see by my fingernail that, yes, needs a manicure. Up here, if you look really closely, there are letters that say PAX. That is a Latin reference to peace. This particular card coming out there's a knight there that is laying as though he was unalived. He is at peace. That's what this card is all about. Having peace before you go, and especially after you go. I have questions. Okay, I have questions. I want you to confirm what that peace card's Four of Swords means. What does the Four of Swords mean? Odin is trying to sit on your... Look at this. Okay. Skip. Skippity-doo-dah. Oh, sorry. Skip. Just as I pulled out this card, so somebody's trying to skip. Bottom line, that's what I'm getting. With the travel card and this Six of Swords moving away from the muck, mire, mayhem. Do you see this? You see this choppy waters right there? Trying to move into much calmer scene. They are a suburbanite. Shona, I didn't hear that. I've not even been able to be on there. I know which one you're talking about, though, because he's been on court TV defending this. And he has worked in Massachusetts before. Do you not love this? I know exactly what Johnny Depp attorney it is. It's the one, oh, am I in love with this? Is it getting bigger and better? Hello. Someone is trying to skip. Someone will be trying to skip. That's what the travel is coming. That's what the... And by the way, it's been confirmed that Higgins has not put his house up for sale. So something. Suburban. Could that be another SUV? Does anybody know of anybody that has a Suburban as an SUV? Let's think a little deeper now. Sit.
Sit down, demon.
Sit. Okay. I don't believe that it's Jennifer McCabe. I think it's somebody once removed. There's not a lag because I can't control how the I can't control how what comes out when. The universe knows the truth. Because I'm not pulling cards simultaneously because I have no control over that. I'm going to tell you what I'm getting and why I keep I think there is someone involved in this case that knows the truth. Hello. That knows the truth. I believe there is a good chance that that person, now this is my opinion only, no fact here, no fact. But I have a feeling that there is somebody that is involved from an agency, perhaps. Grandma. Is my grandma here? If that were the case, see, she could really, but we're not going to go there. My thoughts are that this person is taking an interest outside of, I do not believe in. You saw where Hank had to send out this little friendly reminder that the Fed's case is closed. Well, maybe that one. It doesn't mean they can't open another. Well, John could be connected to my grandmother too. So we'll see. He usually refers to Peg as Peg because he was on a first name basis. They were not friendly. Back to what I was saying, it feels to me that there's going to be this rogue person that's going to take an interest and step out and continue on, because they can do this. Yeah, there's a mature woman, but my grandmother is a mature woman too. She's passed. Um, you're right, John. Hank would never know. Child. Okay. So I asked if there was another case connected to him that we would know about. Well, look at this. Sandra Birchmore. Sandra Birchmore. Yeah, Cat Lady, I saw that too. Michael Easter was a retired Fed who said that he found information. So, okay, I think it is Michael Easter. He found information he's not shared because he was waiting to see if there was a third trial. But I have a little word from the street here that I want to share with each and every one of you. And it's about something that I saw 2 days ago. And I've been sort of kind of following it, and I think that it's been taken down. On the Book of Faces, Boston 25. It's an 18 card. Okay, that's right. So the number 9. Boston 25. Okay, now, Boston 25 on the Book of Faces. Underneath the comments was someone by the name of Chris Rogers. Chris Rogers was also in a police report. Now, I do not know this as fact, and I'm not going to share it as fact. I just want to put that out there in case anybody does have any facts. But on Boston 25 Books of Faces post, it said Chris Rogers said he was a witness to them unaliving John, and that he showed up to deliver something. Mistake. He showed up to deliver something, and he witnessed it. He saw it. I don't know if that's true, but gee whiz, talk about the plot thickening. Well, he showed up to deliver something other than pizza. We're not even going to go there. We're not even going to go. Look, there's a word coming out. It's mistaken. Look at the energy. Well, that name Chris Rogers was in a police report before time. So did he show up? So was this pertinent? I've always said that I felt that there was a witness, but I felt the witness was a female. But I'm going to tell you something. I know all of you, most of you have seen Ian Runkle's interview with Yannetti and Alessi. And tomorrow night, our friend attorney Melanie Little is going to be also having an interview with Alessi and Yannetti. I know she met David Yannetti from last year. Mr. Alessi, I'm not sure of. But when it came to the questions about the Fed investigation, there were things that they just couldn't say. So Chris was this person there? Because this name, now I don't know if it's the same person, but definitely the name was in a police report. Chris Rogers' name. Now, as we all know, hello, everybody and anybody can sign up. I can sign up as, Lizzie Borden. Be careful, you may get hacked. But is Chris Rogers a female? I was thinking it was a male. I think Chris Rogers is a male. Okay, Lawyer has them on tonight. And just so you know, Mr. Alessi is going to be starting his own podcast. Can you imagine? He will be like tick, tick, boom. He is a godsend. Mr. Alessi is literally a godsend. Okay, my darlings, I want to get back on track here. So I want to keep this on track. Finger. So we know what finger that he's talking about. Come on now. We're all adults here. The Canton High sign, the favorite Canton thing that they like to do, these people, is the finger. Slave and begin. No, I think it's the thing finger. Poltergeist. Oh. Begin poltergeist activity. Are you gonna go and haunt these people? I'm gonna tell you what. The Canton salute. Thank you, Lily. I'm gonna tell you something about what can happen. Pardon me, I hit the thing here. I'm going to tell you what can happen, my darlings. This type of energy of someone who has been unalived in a very untimely fashion by someone who has decided to take one another's life. That energy, even though the spirit, and we've talked about this before, spirit, intellectual of the soul can move on, the energy remains. I just saw that blip. The energy can cause someone to basically wig out, can cause them to freak out so much that sometimes people will confess because I know of a case right now where that happened, a state, okay, poltergeist state. So he's keeping them in a poltergeist state is what he's doing. Thank you, everyone, for sending me things. I'm going to leave this to the end of the, let me see something here. People want to send me stuff. Sorry. You know how it is. You're live, and that's when everyone calls. He's keeping everybody in a poltergeist state. I know of a case right now where a man unalived someone else and got away with it. And finally, one day he was on camera and he said, I got to turn myself in. I can't live with myself any longer. Now, I want you to know that Brian Albert selling his house meant they were going to try to remove themselves from this liability. And just so you all know, in the 23rd would be also significant. But just so you all know, Brian Albert in the interview said that there was a that he couldn't cross lines. He couldn't cross. He was a Boston PD. These were Canton people. Blah blah blah. Well, in 2019, there was a report where it said he was glad to cross the line and help out. So see, lie, 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 lie. I don't think they're related, but good question, Hank. Fellow. Okay, so I think Chris Rogers is a fellow. What fellow? Yeah. Brian Albert said, I'm not a Canton Cup. I can't even go there with these people. All right, let's continue, my darlings. So I'm getting something that we already know, and that is John is connected in some way to Sandra Birchmore. There's a big interest now in Sandra Birchmore, and the fact that a Fed hearing, not state, but Fed hearing has been moved to August 11th. They keep moving it. Tells me that some things are still being investigated. Letter. Okay, so there's a letter. So could this have to do with a letter? Because here's the weird thing, okay? We know that some of Aiden's case was indirectly involving Karen. We know it indirectly involving Sandra Birchmore and indirectly involving John O'Keefe. Friendly. Attorney Mark Betterow, where Betterow hoes the row, we will go, is now really digging deep. Betterow letters, yes. Betterow, the father, I call him the father of footnotes. He writes a footnote on these letters that just makes you want to sit down, salute, and sing the Star Spangled Banner. They're that good. All right. Rosebud, that's right. Zelda, the letter of concern. That's right. Betterow letters, a letter of concern, a message of concern. I love Mr. Betterow. And listen, I know he really wanted to be on the defense team, but I got to tell you, he's been golden of staying behind and really talking a lot of people down from anxiety alley. Okay, so I've asked that question. Let me continue on, my darlings, because what do you think of the garage stains? What do you think, John, of those stains in the garage? What do you think of those stains in the garage? I'm listening. You can whistle. You abnormal. Do you see this, everyone? I asked, what does he think about the stains in the garage? And it says abnormal. Nice. Okay. All right. I'm recognizing you. We're playing nice now. But if you want to share with everyone that you're here, and I know you can do it because I've heard you, how about knocking or stomping? I know you can whistle. I've heard you whistle. How about that? Card fell out. Time to look closer is the card. And for those of you who have ordered straight, for those of you who have ordered the House of Zelda deck, you should be receiving those at any time. Anytime. If you'd like to be put on the waiting list, please email me directly, and I'll get with Mrs. Marie. We'll put you on the waiting list. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Like the screen. I'm gonna keep moving things around so you all can see. Mark Betterow, thank you, M169. Bless you. Mark Betterow is the one who pointed out to the defense team that the 507 call existed from Jennifer McCabe. That was the heads up call. That was the heads up there at 34. You better do something. She's on the warpath. She's coming. I've already asked you this, but I think you answered it before I asked. Will you be haunting anyone? Will you be haunting anyone? Look at this card. When I said, will you be haunting anyone? This one came out. He's going to be making sure that they do the right thing. Do the right thing. I do the member readings, my darlings. I did one yesterday at 2 p.m. on True Oracle. True Oracle is where I do the member readings. Thank you, Elizabeth. He's really been on point today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Someone. So you're going to be, is there more than one person? Are you going to be haunting more than someone? So every other Sunday, yesterday was the one Sunday, July 6th is the next at 2 p.m. Eastern, repeated. So you're going to be doing this repeatedly. You're going to be haunting someone repeatedly is what I'm getting. So they do the right thing. Vetero is sharp as a tack, Captain Jerry. He sure is. Well, if he goes to Canada, they'll bring him right back. So Canada is not somewhere where you can go if you want to hide. Very few places now. I did hear about Red. I did hear about the case of Craig Casey in 2018, where they actually missed Craig Casey laying on the ground and someone else found him. Look at the card that just fell out. A plan. So what I was going to say, my darlings, is this. Okay. What I was going to say is this. I'm going to be making a video and we'll be posting it on how to read vapor. So you're just going to come in as a little vapor, aren't you? I bet. You're not going to do any full body apparitions. No. You're going to be that nice little poltergeist that might move a glass, might move somebody's keys. You may do a little something. Just little stuff that makes them stop and wonder. But there's a plan. But anyway, I'm going to be making a video on how to read the House of Zelda cards and how to take care of them because they're fragile. They're fragile. They're not laminated, and I would suggest not laminating them. If you do, then they probably won't work because they're not made to be laminated. Vapor, he was talking about, I think that's a very good point, but he was talking about poltergeist, talking about other things, and then I think he's going to show up as a vapor. Hi there, PJ. Thank you so much, my darlings. I'm going to be reading everybody's super chats, everything else toward the end. Rock. Was this the rock at 34 Fairview? Deaver was supposed to do the right thing too. Yes, she was. The McAlbert rock. Rock of ages left for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood occupation, but look at the number of that card. 34. I think you're right, Rhonda. I think that's what it's going to be. Just come in just gently, undetected. My question is, he left that message afraid of you. So that could be a collective, as in they're afraid of people. My message to all of you who want to give these interviews and talk about how you've been threatened and all this other stuff, look, this is what you do. You go in your little house and you let this die down. All of a sudden, within hours of this being over, you all of a sudden have to be big shots and come out and open your pie holes. If you were innocent, you would sit back and allow things to progress and calm down and watch. Actions speak louder than words. The rock on the lawn. Is a concern. Do the people at 34 Fairview have ring camera footage? I mean, that's how they found Cloak and Dagger on their property. And when they asked what she was doing, she took off running. Cut and run. She's a big shot. Why was she there? Why did she cut and run? If she had a right to be there, if she wanted to investigate, why did she cut and run the way she did? Okay. Will someone else, John, and this will be the last question because I have to get off here and prepare for, and I do have to work, and I have to prepare for Manifestation Monday, and I was thinking about making Sunday sauce, Sunday gravy. Will someone on your behalf, will someone come out and lead to your justice, John? No, Sheila, I don't think that the rock is a sign. I think it was placed there. I think it was placed there to just intimidate, but I believe that they placed it there as a sigil. I do have a reading about that because there's different fonts, different colors, different, the way they, I mean, it probably was a place. They were doing everything that they could on a darker level to push this to Karen. The people from 34 Fairview have left other people in, and I have heard that the feds have been in that house. They let people in there contained. Okay, so will someone else? Yes, Lily, it was some type of sigil. It was some type of spell work. Distant horizons. Okay. So my question was, is there someone that is going to lead to John's justice? And the answer is, I believe yes, but it's going to be a little bit yet. There has to be some things, pardon me, tinky time. But there has to be, oh heck, I just made DoorDash today. Say. a message. Expectation. Okay, so there is some expectation of more to come. Someone will be coming forward to lead to John's justice. Someone is helping. I'm listening. I'm sorry. I tried to learn a long time ago, when I got this open, these get closed. Scope. Okay, so looking under scope, getting a little bit of looking closer. So what, John, last Thomas, I was just going to say last, look, he keeps pointing to Thomas, look under his scope. I believe that's Thomas across the street, the neighbor with the Ring camera. Someone has something. Someone has something. Things like this just don't disappear. Amanda, yes, Natalie, the German. Scope, microscope. Keeping a dedicated eye on something. Thomas, that's your last word. Give us a last word, please. Do you have a message for Karen? Do you have a message for Karen? Unexpected income. I still think that's going to come for Karen. Do you have a message for Karen? Before we go, we're going to go. And do you have a message for Karen? I have unexpected income. Globe. Worldwide. People are watching. And even though people are watching on the globe, look what comes out, my darlings. The secret key. The secret key, unexpected income. There's more to come. I have no doubt, too high up. Okay. I don't know what too high up means. Was the camera too high up? Was there something that's too high up? The secret key. Give us, okay. Ravine. Okay, so that means it's down lower. They have to look lower. I think people are looking up, and they have to look lower. That's what I'm getting. Courtship, meaning some of these people. Oh, look at the energy. There. So that is someone helpless. Careful what we put in the chat, my darlings. Look, this came out again. Unexpected income. Spokesman. Okay. Okay, he's naming who this is. He's naming who it is, and do not put it in the chat because it is, we just have to be careful. Okay? Don't name who it is, please. He is naming who it is. And please don't put any names in the chat about it. He's naming who it is. He's high up. And we also have to look lower. Maybe the high up, maybe he's in the gutter. Maybe the ravine is the ditch. Spokesman. Seek more knowledge. The name Thomas has come up twice, Ruthie. Okay, my darlings, we're going to cut it for today during. Okay. I want to know about Chief Berkowitz. Because I just have a feeling that Higgy ran to him, and then all of a sudden he's out arbitrarily driving around, and woof. He finds taillight pieces. I think Higgy was very close to Berkowitz during that time. I think that's where the call at 1:43 a.m. went to. I think there was a lot. And now that Berkey's gone, single. Okay, so okay. So it was a single. Look at the energy. Ellen, I'm sorry you cannot post any your emails here. You cannot. I am so sorry. You can't do any of that here. It's not drone chloride. Oh, it is not allowed. No hissy fits. I don't believe I've ever heard of that. Look at this. A man with burning desire, rage, bleach, rage. Yeah, we can't encourage that. I'm sorry. A man with burning desire, who was single. I think that's Higgy. I'll say it. Y'all can't. Relieve. A single person. Anyway, John is a little fisherman. This energy just keeps pulling me in, pulling me in, pulling me in. Those who are involved are on the very high up. The cleaning fanatic. Thank you, Aisha. She sure is, was, is. So, my darlings, let's do this. We're going to call it for now. I have to get ready for, don't forget, we're gonna shut this off. Don't forget that we are going to have Manifestation Monday for tonight. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, so let me do this. Okay. I am over in the corner. Thank you so much for coming to this very impromptu stream today. If nothing more, we got some confirmation of some things. We're definitely going to do this again. We will definitely be following some other cases here that we believe are connected. I believe that they all are. Let me shut this down real fast. There we go. This is a problem, and this is a problem. My email is psychiczeldakelly@gmail.com. However, do not get sad if I don't, because you don't even know the amounts of emails that I get. And sometimes I can't say all of, or I can't respond to all of them. So please do me a favor and don't have your feelings hurt if you do email me. So got a couple of things here. Carla, thank you so much. Carla FTB became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. And Lily Rose, thank you for your generous super chat. I appreciate you. And please, all of you, thank you for sending the, look, Paranormal PD always has to enter the chat. And thank you so much for sending the Venmos. I haven't been able to look yet, but if you send me a Venmo, I will respond and thank you for that. And Cash App as well. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate everything. And let's see. I just want to make sure that I haven't, missed anything or anyone. So I want to just make sure that I got everything. I wasn't able to answer too much today, but thank you so much. So look, I just feel that we have to just keep our ears to the ground. You know what that means. We have to remember exactly what everything that we hear may just be that hearsay. Until we have fact, we don't move upon it. We don't race upon it. And there we go. So there we are. This is PD Pink Nose. And it's always this, let me get this part of the, see, let me just jump to another place. They just can't get down and walk. It's let me just jump. But I want to thank you so much. Thanks to my mods. Thanks to everyone. Please do me a favor. If you are not on, let me do this too. If you're not on the True Oracle side, I'm gonna put a little thing. That's right. I'm gonna put a little thing in the chat for all of you to come on over there for 7 o'clock tonight, where we have Manifestation Monday. Something you ain't gonna want to miss, because it's kind of intense tonight. So thank you so much for being here, for your generosity, for being the foundation of this channel. We're definitely going to do it again. Just think of all of everything that we know we just don't know. There's more coming, and we're gonna hear about it. We're gonna see about it. We're gonna do all those things. So I wish you many blessings, my darlings. I would like for you to hang out just for a minute. I'm going to put a very calming video on the screen just for a minute, and then we'll just kind of calm down. We'll just kind of get ready for tonight, get ready for tomorrow. So thanks again for everyone. Much love to you. I love you so much for being here. And you guys give me a good excuse for doing this. So thanks again, and hang out for this very calming little outro. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.